Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into it, shall we? We're gonna go ahead and start off with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. The game is finally out across the globe and fans are saying a lot of good things about the game, negative things about the game, anywhere in between, but overall the general consensus of the game is that it's a pretty freaking good game. It has an 89 average on Metacritic, over 50 reviews, and people are having a lot of fun with the game, myself included. I put about a good 20 hours into the game, so I'll have an updated impressions video as I get further along and try out some of the new content in the game and some of the other stuff like Future Connected, the separate epilogue. So we'll talk about that in another video for another day, but I wanted to get into some of the news surrounding Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. So apparently we've got some sales data kind of coming out here with this game, with some position rankings on Amazon in addition to the UK sales so far. Now, one thing to keep note, guys, one, this isn't like MPD or anything like that. We don't have official sales numbers from Nintendo. What we've got is some tracking sales data sites and tracking sites that can give us an idea of maybe how well it's starting out. Now, once again, we have to wait till the official numbers from Nintendo, but ever since I've been tracking sales based on some of the stuff that I've seen, especially with the Amazon sales charts, games that top there usually end up doing pretty well. But we're gonna first start off with the UK charts. We do know that the game has sold double what the original game did back in 2011 in Europe on the UK. So UK Wii sales and everything like that double because the sales position boards came out for the UK sales charts, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was the #1 game, and then that information came out that it doubled up on the original, which is pretty good. Now, this was less than what Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did back when that launched in 2017, but at the same time, the digital sales of this game are going to be a lot higher because of COVID and what's going on there. People just aren't going out as much, not as much copies to be shipped, so there's just certain restrictions in place. So digital sales have been a lot better, and we've seen that with Animal Crossing, and we're seeing that with a number of different games out there, Doom Eternal, other games like that that came out during the crisis or the pandemic. So there's definitely going to be a higher digital sales ratio in the UK and across the world, but it's good to see that Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is already off to a hot start in the UK. Now, here in the stateside at least, we do know that it's been #1 on the new release sales charts on Amazon for the past like week or so. I've been tracking it through my live streams, but if you missed those, it's all been #1. On top of that, we have multiple versions of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition in the top 10. It's good to see Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition doing so well, and I'm hoping that this continues on. There's a lot of Xenoblade fans out there that are looking for the next thing, right? Is this going to lead to Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Is this going to lead to Xenoblade Chronicles X2? Is this going to lead to Xenoblade Chronicles port on the Nintendo Switch? There's just so many options I think that Xenoblade can go in, and I think that Monolith Soft will go in, but great sales of this game are going to show Nintendo and of course embolden Monolith Soft to have the resources and to get more people on their team so they can make better and better games, whether that's fixing up the resolution, making a new engine, doing whatever they need to do. The better these games do, the better we have for us, because it's gotten progressively better over the 10 years since the original release of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii, and since the release of games like Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is the best-selling game in the whole Xeno franchise and the best-selling Monolith Soft game ever made. So I do think that we are going to continue to see an improvement in quality, and I'm looking forward to the future, hopefully getting a Xenoblade Chronicles X port and also getting a follow-up on whatever the next Xenoblade game is, or a completely new IP, or Xenoblade, but completely rebranded and kind of like re-gameplayed up, if you know what I'm talking about here. Not completely changing everything from what Xeno games offer, but changing up enough towards like, okay, it's not the exact kind of similar flow that we've seen in Xenoblade games. So whatever they decide to do, I'm with it, and hopefully it's going to be amazing. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to the sales of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Nintendo Switch? Are you enjoying the game? Are you planning on picking it up at some point? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. We've got a big rumored announcement here from SEGA this week. So apparently around the end of the week or so, there's going to be a huge revolutionary announcement from SEGA as they head towards their 60th year of operation, which is just absolutely crazy. Of course, they didn't all start in video games, but just SEGA in general from where they started in Japan. And rumors have been circulating on the web that Microsoft has bought them, that Microsoft is going to have a exclusive collaboration to where they're going to be able to brand the Xbox Series X as the Xbox Sega X or the Sega Series X or something like that. So there's all sorts of speculation going around. Heck, there's even speculation that Sega is back in the console industry with another system, which I don't think that would be the case at all. And there's also speculation about a new Sonic game, right? Because Sega's going to have a lot of different festivities and what they're going to be doing. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this whole situation going on with Sega, just because we've kind of seen it before from them when they kind of tease something huge and major and all that. And then last time it was like the whole Humankind game, which was just like, oh man. But they say this is going to be a revolutionary thing for the industry, so it's obviously going to be a little bit more than just a simple video game. It's got to be something that's completely different. It's got to be something that's going to be big, but this is just being teased apparently from a journalist that has like the scoop on this. So we'll see what Sega has up their sleeves. I think it's going to be exciting. Obviously, this is right around the time E3 would be going down, so it makes sense that we're starting to see a lot of this stuff from different SKUs, in addition to stuff like being teased and journalists having certain scoops and websites doing certain things. There's obviously a lot of excitement surrounding what's going on with the gaming world and how things are changing there. So we're going to have to wait and see what Sega has to offer, and of course I'll be covering whatever they do. Hopefully it's as revolutionary and it's as crazy as people are kind of hyping it up to be, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys. We've got the PlayStation 5 reveal event. It's finally going down June 4th, 1 p.m. PT. That is 4 p.m. Eastern time, and PlayerEssence will be streaming the whole thing. We will have a nice pre-show as well, going down what you guys could expect from the show, predictions and everything like that. Now, I'll give you guys a few predictions for those who can't watch live, or for those who don't turn into my live streams when I talk about these type of things. I think Sony's going to have quite a number of games to be shown off. They actually discussed how first-party games are on track. Obviously, third-party games, you're going to see that from Sony. They always have great third-party support from all the major companies worldwide. So expect to see some good third-party games here and there. Now, one of the big rumors that's going around is Silent Hill is going to be at the show, or Silent Hill is going to be an exclusive to the PlayStation 5, which I would say, yeah, maybe Sony does do something like that. We've seen them kind of grab weird third-party games as exclusives out of nowhere. For example, like Street Fighter 5. Nobody thought that that game or that franchise was going to go exclusive for the upcoming generation, and it ended up doing that, and people didn't think it because Street Fighter 4 did so well on various different platforms. Heck, even the Nintendo 3DS had a great version of Street Fighter 4. So to see that happen, well, it did. So obviously Silent Hill is not as popular as Street Fighter, but at the same time I still see something like that potentially happening. Maybe it's even something bigger than Silent Hill. I think that the classics that we've seen before, right? Like maybe even like a Crash Bandicoot game, or maybe even something which is kind of a little bit more of a dark horse, but some people are even saying like Horizon Zero Dawn, bam, right there at launch. And you know, I'm looking at it like, well, unless they got started on the second one like right after, because it came out in 2017, so unless they got started on it right after. But we'll see. I think they're going to show off a good number of first-party games. Maybe all of those first-party games don't actually launch in 2020, but they did say that they're going to be on track when it comes to first-party games. A lot of people want to see the actual system itself, like what's going down with the system, how does it look, and everything like that. So there's still a lot of information to be revealed, and Sony also said that there's going to be more information afterwards. So if we don't get everything right away, don't worry guys, there's going to be more events and presentations, and Sony is kind of mastering the craft of how to do the Nintendo Direct, but the Sony Direct, the State of Play. They're kind of mastering that because the past two have been pretty good when they focus on individual big games. So I could see them doing another State of Play or something like that, maybe for an upcoming PlayStation 5 game to really hype people up, or even after it comes out, which we'll see how much stock there is and everything. There's been speculation in terms of how much they're going to have for the holiday season. But overall, I think it's going to be 2020. They're going to launch it, even if it's a little bit of a limited launch. Just get it out of the way, then kind of build for the future in 2021, especially when things hopefully get back to normal just a little bit with the world events. So what are you guys' thoughts on all these different topics here? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a follow on there and stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.